Today in the crypto space, we see the market taking a bit of a dip, Bitcoin down below the $100,000 level, Ethereum holding steady right around 2,700, still not showing a lot of strength, while the rest of the crypto space, the altcoins are coming down for a bit of a dip also. Guys, overall, there's a bit of weakness. However, there is a couple of projects that are looking pretty good. And of course, in today's video, I want to talk about the general market. I want to use Bitcoin as a leading indicator, but more importantly, I want to talk about this project that is showing strength, and that project is called HYPERLIQUID. So you know what? Let's talk about the news, let's analyze the charts, and let's strategize to capitalize. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike, and let's get right into it, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On the channel, we talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins, looking for opportunity. Whether we go up or down, bearish or bullish, it doesn't matter. All we want to do is stay one step ahead of the market so that we can capitalize on any of the volatility. And if you appreciate the strategy, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, including the live streams at 8 p.m. EST, where we talk about crypto news and price action. Guys, if you have any projects you want me to cover in today's video, let me know in the comment section below. You can hit me up on the socials. The links are in the description. Better yet, guys, join the Discord. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free. All right, guys, let's begin. Let's see what's going on today. A bit of emotions, of course. We got a few announcements that didn't do, just pretty neutral. The problem is that the market is currently very neutral. I feel this low volume price action is not giving us an edge in the market. You can see that the overall market cap, although we got a nice little V recovery, we are seeing that the trading volume continues to fall back, and that means that market participation is not that interested. Perhaps, there's fear, uncertainty, doubt. What is happening here with this bull run? Maybe all these announcements by Trump and all these other announcements regarding tariffs in Europe and China and all of this is causing a bit of uncertainty. Guys, we're going to be talking about a lot of this stuff tonight at 8 p.m. EST. Feel free to join. If you have any projects you want me to cover, that's a great time and place to make those requests. But in the meantime, let's scroll through the top 100 here and see what's going on. We do see that Bitcoin is doing okay with that recovery again, but it is down 2.6%. It is below the $100,000 mark. It is a very psychological level. I was hoping that Bitcoin could close and open a fresh daily candle above 102. Guys, it doesn't look like it's going to happen right now, but you never know what could happen before the end of the night, of course. Ethereum not showing much strength. Although it is up 1.5%, it's probably the only project right now that's, pretty green right now, and it's not even that much. But the reality is there's no strength there. I don't see much strength. A lot of people are getting bullish on ETH, suggesting that the accumulation of Liberty Finance is might do very well, might be a signal that, Ethereum might do amazing things, from the Trump camp and his sons. It could be the case, but really, I'm not willing to back Ethereum at the current moment, and it's all because of the tech, number one, first of all. Secondly, the sentiment. Obviously, we've been here, we know what Ethereum is all about, what it offers, what it doesn't offer, and so on. And we also know that if Ethereum runs, we're getting an altcoin season, guys. It's very likely that we're going to see a massive explosion, massive rotation into other altcoins below. And of course, Solana is part of that list. We have Cardano, that's I believe is going to do well. Chainlink is going to do well. Sui is going to do well. AVAX, and the list goes on. And of course, today I'm going to be talking about HYPERLIQUID. Usually I don't talk about such large caps, and usually I'm not that bullish on these large caps, not because they're not good or technically not good, but it's because their market cap is so large that how much gains, how much strength could we actually get for a massive move to the upside? And I'm here to make gains. I know you guys are here as well, but HYPERLIQUID's quite interesting. Why? Because I like his narrative. The DeFi play, DEX play, and ultimately, yes, the large cap, but if it starts the rotation and it is included in this rotation, it is one of the larger caps, but at least at the bottom of the range, in the sense that it's at 22nd, right? It's $8.5 billion market cap. It's large. I get it, but we got Mantra that's been tearing it up in the last little while. Would I get into something that's been doing so well like this? No. So I'm going to look for projects that are still kind of waking up, doing their thing, perhaps looking for a massive run. Ondo's another one that's been showing a lot of strength. To be honest, I feel that Ondo, at any dip, I would be glad to opt to basically buy him. Another project I'm looking at is Near Protocol, also at the bottom of the range with regards to larger caps. We're talking about $4 billion market cap. I don't think it has exploded yet, and it's definitely gearing up for a massive move. And as you keep on going down, there are definitely good opportunities here. We're even looking at Tau. We're looking at many projects here that definitely have upside potential. However, guys, it's important to identify two types of opportunities: strength and absolute oversold conditions, undervalued conditions. Those are two main categories that we should be looking at. And of course, we cover this every single day. We look for opportunities where we can buy strong projects from a position of strength, buying low and selling high. If that's interesting to you, join the Discord, guys. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. And I just want to let you know, guys, the community is amazing, very supportive, and you should all be looking for a very supportive community, especially in extreme volatility. You need that support. All right, guys, let's take a look at what's going on here. I know you're here to talk about price action, so let's begin. Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, at the end of the day, at this current moment, is not looking the greatest, in the sense that it got rejected at a critical spot. Guys, you know me, I'm very direct, in the sense that I don't flip-flop very easily. I didn't flip-flop throughout all of this. I hold steady. Bitcoin going within range is telling me Bitcoin is still okay. However, short-term time frames, we start zooming in, things don't look great here. This is not a good look, okay? Because ultimately, we need to stay above, again, the $102,000. Could Bitcoin show that strength to make that happen? Is Ethereum eventually going to start moving also with the strength of Bitcoin? And then obviously we're waiting for the rotation. Right now, as we speak, the daily's still okay, it's still intact. Oversold conditions, maybe we can see the momentum. The purple line now is in a slight downtrend here, you know, so it's not looking good. We're still in the chop zone. We're still going sideways. You can see we're still like kind of looking big picture that this could be a roll to the upside, but you can see the indecision, guys. You can see the indecision, and when the market is not clear and there's so much indecision, I decide not to trade. Early this morning, I went on the Discord and I said, guys, this is not a market for me. I don't see confidence in here. The mean reversion that we talked about, that I gave you guys a signal on, actually played out. We got that bit of a dip, and you know, it's looking okay now, and obviously we're coming down further, and I'm still not interested in this volatility, because you can see the momentum's going sideways, so there is no volatility, unfortunately. I don't want sideways price action. I want, you know, a price action that shows me a direction. So at this current moment, there's no direction on the daily. However, the 4 hour, let's quickly look at what's happening here. This rejection right here that I explained, this was the mean reversion from here to here. We classified this in yesterday's video as the mean reversion play, and it played out very nicely. We dipped. Now all of a sudden today, I was like, guys, I don't trust any of this. This doesn't look right. It's low volume. It looks like it's coming down. And guess what, guys? We are coming down. The momentum did a quick reversal right here. Not crazy about that. Volatility now, it might be pushing to the downside. And if we go on the 1 hour, you know, the 1 hour got a Uno reverse card right into here, suggesting getting oversold again. So I'm not interested right now in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is very likely to come and retest the bottom of the range again, or at least give us an opportunity to find a nice rounded bottom, suggesting accumulation, and then we can come out talking about, you know, Adam and Eve structures and so on. Right now, the Adam and Eve could still be in play. I'm not too confident in this just yet. I want to get in when the conditions are optimal. I am taking risk when the conditions are optimal, so I can mitigate those risks, right? That's a primary objective of a trader, is to mitigate risk, to protect your investments. Okay, guys, so that's super important. Now, if we're looking for projects of strength, we're looking for projects that are essentially going sideways despite the bearishness, despite the negativity, despite the FUD. Which projects right now in the market come to the top of your mind that are holding steady? And there's a couple, right? There's a couple out there. Now, I definitely want to focus on one that maybe is not being looked at as much, and that's Hyperliquid. Let's take a look at Hyperliquid right now, and we'll start off on the daily. I'm going to kind of clean up this chart a little bit. There's a bit of artwork all over it, so let's clean this up. We can see clearly that we were in a downtrend right here. That's very clear. Downtrend channel, very nice. Then we started, you know, reaching these zones. Wick, and guys, around this level, this is where I did, you know, I gave you a quick update, a video before that basically said any times that we get into this level, this is where we want to buy. Now, of course, you know, sometimes we don't come down exactly there again. We got very close multiple times, at least 4 times. coming down to this range, and then you got to make decisions. Do I take these little chances? Do I buy the dips? Do I accumulate at these bottoms? Do I gain a bit of a position for an anticipation of a nice reversal? And then once we start seeing lower lows and lower highs, and then we get a few sets of higher highs and higher lows, this could be a trend reversal that's happening here. As of now, this price action is suggesting a pivot, and this volume right here is looking really, really good. However, this volume didn't create a higher high. That's what's bothering me just a little bit. What I do like is that ultimately we're pivoting here. It's clear. We changed the character of this structure right into here. We did a double bottom. We finally made the higher high with the wick included. If you don't want to include the wick, that's fine. Eventually, we did it anyway. Then we came back down. Yes, we swept the lows and we came down to this level. This caused a lot of issues, of course. But at least, ultimately, at this current moment, we are in an uptrend. Now, the bears will have a thesis. The bears will say, you know what? This was a move down. This is a retracement. We're going up, down for another move. Possible, guys. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball to tell you. But what I can tell you is this: momentum is stuck in the chop zone. Okay, so there's no volatility. There's no major volatility here on the daily. This is very hard to trade. This is why I got into a margin position right into here, and I've been holding, right? Despite the volatility in the market in the last little while, despite what's been happening with Ethereum and Bitcoin. Ethereum came down to $2,100, guys. Hype barely flinched. You can see that. It went sideways. And there's a few projects out there that are doing that. Now, what do we see with the trend, right? You can see that we have an expansion that is tapering in. Do we start getting a green expansion to the upside any moment now? Momentum still in the chop zone with a slight incline, okay, which is nice. And we have the trend oscillator right now that has green histogram bars. EMAs are facing up, and the expansion is right now full force purple. This is what we want to see. So I am still bullish as long as we stay above this horizontal line, because we break below this horizontal line, guys, we're going to basically break structure to the downside, and the possibility of this becoming a change of character really is invalidated, or at least it's short-lived. Okay, because you can see that we're in a bit of an uptrend right now. The trend is your friend, guys. If we do come back down to this level, this could be the greatest time to finally get a position with a great risk to reward ratio, understanding that the invalidation is right below this horizontal at $18.75, more or less. If it starts to drop here, you're getting into hot water. You got to get defensive, and you got to, have a plan. Are you going to exit on a small loss? What are you going to do? But the reality is the entries right around this level are ideal. Why? Because if the price comes down there, everybody at the current moment, especially the ones that are over leveraged, are basically have stop losses here. So if we do wick down to this level, hunt that liquidity, you can be buying the fear. You can be buying the liquidations, all the volume that hits the market and sell pressure. You can be absorbing it and accumulating at great prices and starting to DCA. Okay, so this is what I would be looking for. Now, of course, the bearish sentiment is like, okay, how low could we go, guys? We can come down for an extension. We definitely can. We know that this is a large cap. We know that right now it's trading at $23 and change. Could it come down even further? Why not? Let's see what kind of extension from swing low to swing high. We can come down to the 1.27, which is at about $16, or $12 or $13, right down to the 1.618 extension level to the downside. That's the worst case scenario, and it's definitely in line with another leg. One impulse, retracement, another impulse. To be honest, guys, it's if the last events in the market didn't bring it down for a lower low, what else are we going to expect to have such an effect to make it fall below the previous lows? And you got to understand, Ethereum came down to $2,100 and Hyperliquid didn't even flinch. Guys, that's strength. So the question is, do you buy strength? You're buying a bottom-ish level. You're not buying an expansion yet. It didn't even expand out of its accumulation range. You can see all the volume right into here. In an uptrend, we have volume. What does that mean to you? When you look at this, what does this mean to you? Volume in an uptrend. It means that demand is outperforming supply right into here. Now, does it mean that there's not going to be a sell-off? No. But what it does mean, people are accumulating. People are definitely accumulating into this volume. Okay, so interesting moments now here for Hyperliquid. Let's get onto lower time frames real quick. just to see the structure, because of course it's been sideways. So you can see that we've been teeter-tottering, slightly below overbought, slightly below oversold, and going sideways within a chop zone, which means that this range can be tradable. It is a thick range. It's a decent range. If we kind of like be modest about the range, it's a 20% range. You know, with a couple X's, you could definitely trade that range up and down a few times, and you could have done very well for yourself just trading this range. However, guys, we should be preparing for the break of this range, which is the change of character to the upside, where we finally make a massive higher high and start expanding out of this area with leaving behind an empty volume gap. That's basically what we want to do. So let's quickly put some trend lines into this. We can see it's almost like a megaphone pattern. It's, you know, somewhat like that. And if we eventually, you know, have the privilege to see this thing finally break out, we start to ask ourselves, okay, we start breaking out, and then all of a sudden we start consolidating at higher levels, and then we start looking for maybe some sort of flag or something like that, and then we start doing this again, and we have a volume gap, we have an emptiness, and so on and so forth. Right now, all of this right here is pure accumulation pressure at this current moment. Just within this accumulation range or this order block, you can see that that's what is happening at the current moment. Okay, and as we look at the 4 hour, we can see it's very choppy. Momentum is going sideways, no extreme volatility, and every time the volatility line goes from overbought oversold, nothing is really happening, because momentum is going sideways. If momentum was trending, so if you look at the yellow line, which is the average of the momentum, if it was trending to one direction, okay, and we longed every time the volatility line would come down here, and we long this in the same direction as momentum, guys, we would be cranking it to the upside. This is the thing. So trading the range is cool, but at the current moment, going short and waiting for momentum to come down to here, and as it has done many times, that would be a good idea to basically exit that short right into here, and then expect another recovery and expect another bounce, and keep on trading the range until it breaks out, because a breakout eventually is going to happen, guys. Eventually the breakout will happen. The question is when. And instead of trying to time the market, just prepare, DCA, accumulate. If you get into any trades right now, it's going to be enter and exit. Be quick, be a ninja. You don't want to be holding long-term trading positions with lots of leverage, as this market is crazy at the current moment. All right, guys, if I've offered you any value in this video, do the channel a massive favor, slap the like button. It does really help out with the algorithm. If you want to follow me on the socials, the links are in the description below. Feel free to join the Discord, guys. The Discord is where it's at. Lots of good alpha, trade setups, fundamentals, and learning material. The best part is it's absolutely free, guys. I'm going to be live tonight at 8 p.m. EST talking about crypto news and price action. So if you have any projects you want me to cover, that is a great time and place to make those requests. Take care, guys. Have a good one, and don't forget, buy the dip.